Hey boys and girls, welcome to my recap of season 13, episode 7 of The Bachelorette. Can I be honest? I missed it. It's been gone for 2 weeks and I really missed cousin Rachel. I feel so corny saying that because I used to make fun of people who watch The Bachelor and The Bachelorette and we're all up into the show. And here I am like eagerly anticipating it and excited about recapping it. Like, who am I? But I love the budget for this show. They're everywhere and it's showing me so many different places and giving me so many great ideas of things to do when I travel. I'm supposed to be watching for the romance, but I'm also totally watching for see some world ideas. Sorry, focus, Rachel. There are 6 guys left in the house now and the pressure is really on because next week is something called hometowns. That's when Rachel goes home with the guys that she's chosen to meet their families. There are 4 guys whose family she's going to meet. Rachel keeps reiterating that she's looking for a husband, that's her focus, and that's how she's making her decision. The guys are hanging out at the house, and Rachel shows up in this fabulous white ensemble. I don't know who's doing wardrobe right now, but Rachel looks amazing. And shout out to whoever's on hair, because Rachel's hair is always, you know, it's got some like spiral to it, but now it's bone straight. She's giving us quite the moment. Keep this hair. I love this hair. She's letting the guys know she's gonna do things a little different. She's gonna do 3 one-on-ones and then a group date where it's 3 guys and 1 Rachel. And she's not gonna do a rose ceremony this week. Her first one-on-one is, no surprise, with Brian. Rachel and Brian have always had amazing chemistry. Brian looks so good in that suit. He came out looking like heaven. They're gonna have a very sexy date. Rachel describes it as high end. They start out with taking a ride in a Bentley. I love a good luxury moment, but they go to the Breitling store. After looking around for a while, they have my favorite moment of the episode. Brian is trying on a watch that's black and he's looking at the watch and he was like, "Ugh, I love black." And Rachel is like, "Do you?" And Brian's like, "Obviously." Rachel's big surprise is that she is gonna buy watches, or rather ABC is gonna pick up the tab on these high-end watches for her and Brian. Brian plants one on her, like he tongues her down in the middle of the store to say thank you. I love that. I love a man who knows how to show he's thankful. You know how I feel about Brian. I'm already biased, but Brian, that is a man. Yes. I love the way that Rachel reacts to him. When she talks about him, she gushes and she smiles with all her teeth. After the date at the watch store, they take a boat and then they end up in this park with flowers everywhere. They're having a picnic. She and Brian, they make out in the park. This date is dripping with romance. I love it. The romance editor in me, I'm a former Harlequin girl. Over the moon. This is the perfect romantic date and they're not done. After the picnic, they show up to what looks like a theater. It's all lit up gorgeous with candles and they have dinner on the stage. It's just, oh my gosh. Brian tells her about his last girlfriend, which there's something he left out of the story. He's talking about that he met this girl, they were very passionate, they moved very quickly. She had some disagreement or falling out with his mother, and then she broke up with him. I'm trying to figure out exactly what did his mother say or do that led to her breaking up with him. There was so much left out of that story. I really wanted the details, but I'm very intrigued to meet Brian's mother now. She must have what the elders would like to call a lot of personalities. After Brian gets a rose, they have this romantic kiss and an orchestra starts playing and they have a full-on makeout session. They genuinely seem to forget that other people are in the room, that cameras are present, that there are millions of people that are going to watch this later. I'm so happy that she has the opportunity to have that feeling with someone. But admittedly, I'm not sure what they have is enough to sustain a relationship. Next up is Rachel's one-on-one with Dean. Our girl is walking around on cobblestone streets in heels. Ma'am, from walking around the meatpacking district, I'm telling you, that's not just bad for your shoes, that's bad for your ankles. I was very, very worried for Rachel's uprightness this episode. She goes on this date with Dean. I like Dean. He's young, but her last one-on-one with him, he showed a great deal of vulnerability and emotional maturity. This date, not so much. Rachel told Dean to show up in his Sunday best. Dean shows up. He looks very nice. He has on a collared shirt and some slacks, but this is not black people's Sunday best. When a black person says Sunday best, they mean come dressed to see and be seen. To the nines. Show me what you're working with. Dean showed up with no suit jacket and no tie. Sir, I don't feel that was your Sunday best. It was fine because they were going to a Catholic church, and Catholics, you don't have to get fancy to go to church unless you want to. I wasn't underwhelmed because Dean is beautiful. Like that smile. Who is his dentist? Dean is worried about how Rachel will receive his family. He describes his father as eccentric. Dean has some daddy issues. He's afraid that Rachel will judge him on his family dynamic. Fair enough, but instead of just coming out and saying that, Dean has this nervous laughter. He's asking Rachel silly questions like, do you believe in the tooth fairy? His 25 was showing. He seemed more like a boy than a man to me. I don't see him as a great partner, much less husband, for Rachel at this point in time. He's just not there maturity-wise. Even after he opened up, I was really surprised, given how he handled the whole situation, that he got a rose at the end of the evening. It's a testament to how into Dean Rachel is. Peter is also up for a one-on-one. He's the third one-on-one for the evening. Everyone in my comments seems to think that Peter is going to be Rachel's pick. He's good for her. And they have a adult, comfortable maturity. Peter and Rachel don't have the same passion that Rachel has with Brian. I like their dynamic. It's a very adult, mature, comfortable situation. While Peter is not necessarily my favorite, I absolutely understand why he's so many other people's favorite. They go on the most amazing date ever. They take a helicopter to the Swiss Alps. They get on a dog sled. This has been on my bucket list forever and a day. Watching this, I was enthralled, and it was so beautiful. The aerial shots were everything. Shout out to the DP. Rachel and Peter looked really happy. Rachel was really comfortable. They're all snuggled up. It was a very grown-ass moment in the Alps. I loved every moment of that. But I must say, that picnic or just sitting out in the cold, Peter just seemed to be sitting in the snow. His hair had icicles in it. That man was cold. And I get it. Y'all wanted to have a beautiful shot, very over-the-top romance. Sitting in the cold is not romantic. He comments to Rachel once they start hugging, oh, you stop shivering. Why y'all got folks sitting out there like that? Cold, when you're not properly dressed for it, is not romantic. Y'all should have gave that man a blanket. After the Swiss Alps, they go on a dinner date. Rachel admits that she is, I think she says, hurt by some of the honesty that Peter told her earlier. He said that it's been a long time since their first one-on-one, and he really was thinking about leaving the house. He doesn't feel the love, and so he doesn't want to stay where he's not wanted. Peter is very honest again at dinner. He tells Rachel that if he's not feeling this is a forever situation, that he's not going to get down on a knee and propose. Obviously, they have amazing chemistry together, but Peter is really clear about where he is as a grown man and his feelings and what he will and will not do. I'm not mad at him. It was basically like, this is how I expect to be treated, and this is how I feel, and here are my boundaries, and here's how I operate. Peter also has a total 444 moment at dinner. He tells Rachel about his ex that he broke up with. Growth comes in all sorts of different forms, but there's this article that's been floating around on Facebook. It's called 443, and it's about all the women whose hearts have been broken before a man has his aha moment. And that's what I kind of thought about when Peter was talking about his ex. I'm really glad that you've become a better person, but there's also a trail of tears that brought you to that moment. Rachel is admittedly a little scared about this situation with Peter because she's taking a risk. Peter is more of a challenge. She knows that things are going in a nice direction, but there are no guarantees with him. He is evaluating Rachel in the same way that she is evaluating him. This is a very grown person's conversation right now. Peter gets a rose, and he's going to be here with us for at least one more episode. It's finally time for the group date. Let me just say this about Eric. Something is happening with him. Like, over the course of these episodes, Eric is looking very snackish lately. Rachel shows up for the group date in a coat that's got fur around the collar and a belly shirt. Yes, show it off in the winter. She shows up to meet the guys, and she announces that they're going to take a boat to France. Now, me, personally, I wouldn't want to be on a boat, especially outside in the winter. They head over to France, beautiful chateau. Rachel pulls Eric aside first, and they have a cool conversation. He calls her man. He just seems like the homie, or maybe a homie lover friend. And they don't discuss family and the things that she's talked about with the other guys on one-on-one. She's vulnerable enough to let him know that she's feeling a way about all the tough decisions that she has to make. He tells her, you know what, you deserve it. Be selfish, make the right decision. I like that he's very supportive of her. They just don't seem equally yoked. He's fun, but I just don't see him as husband material, not for Rachel. Then she goes on a one-on-one with, I think it's Matt. This date with Matt, again, they're freezing. And I'm an outdoorsy type of girl, so it's not just like, oh, you don't like the outdoors. Like, yeah, I like the outdoors. I go hiking and all of that. But They're cold. There is nothing romantic about sitting in the cold when you're improperly dressed. Now you want to put a parka on these folks, give them a fur-lined moment and some mittens. We can sit outside and chat all day. But they're trying to look cute and they really just look freezing. Like the wind is blowing rapidly. Rachel's hair is everywhere. This is not romantic. Matt's really into her. He's been miffed the whole episode that he didn't have a one-on-one date with her. But Rachel levels with him quite quickly. She's like, I think you're wonderful. I think you're the person, you know, amongst the guys who's most like me. But this just isn't going anywhere and I won't be going to meet your family. Then she hits him with her favorite line. Can I walk you out? Rachel boo-hoos after he leaves. Matt is someone that she really liked, but she just didn't have the chemistry with him. He was a nice guy. I have nothing negative to say about him. He absolutely is husband material for someone else. After Rachel lets Matt go, she has a dinner date with Eric and Adam. Before she gets to the meal, she has some one-on-one time with Adam. Adam looks like he's dressed in the late 80s, early 90s. I don't know how he got this far. Then she has some one-on-one time with Eric. This is when they discuss family. Eric admits that he has never taken a woman home to meet his family. He says that he is from Baltimore and he came up hard. All the stereotypes that people have about Baltimore because everyone watched The Wire, Eric confirms that for him, they are true. And just for clarity, I'm from Maryland. All of Baltimore does not look like The Wire. Baltimore is beautiful. But Eric came up hard. His father was in the drug game, uncles, cousins. He's seen people killed. He's had family members on drugs. Evidently, Eric is the one that got out. Back at the dinner table, Rachel has one rose left between the two guys. Honestly, I don't think either one of them are a really good match for Rachel in comparison to the guys that had the one-on-one. Rachel picks Eric. So next week, we are going to be going to Baltimore. I don't know what that experience is going to look like. I am very curious to see how The Bachelorette handles Baltimore. I don't know what Eric's Baltimore family is going to look like. Try not to watch the previews like after that overhyped situation with Kenny getting the cut on his head and it really was about like a Viking fight. I tuned in and it seems Eric's family won't be the only interesting situation to come. Dean describing his father as eccentric, understatement of the year. I don't know what next week entails, but I will be here for it and I will be recapping. So please tune in. Let me know what you thought of the recap. Let me know what you thought of the episode. Also, please subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to YouTube Studios, so if you can help me out by clicking the subscribe button, I really appreciate it. And it also means that you get first dibs on anything that I put up. Sometimes I post in the middle of the night. Please tune in and watch the other recaps. I'm currently recapping Power and Queen Sugar. I think that's everything. So get in the comments. Let me know what you're thinking. Love to hear from you. As always, thanks for tuning in and bye.